like work is beginning. The trusses are going to be delivered today, and I'll be back at noon to show you the process. Here come the trusses. He's going to have fun getting back out of here. Back at Michael's house. I need to hop back into work, but first I wanted to just go ahead and comment a little bit on what's going on over there. So honestly, this team is absolutely amazing. I had no idea that they were planning to start work today. Like, I knew the trusses were going to be delivered, but everyone else that I have dealt with doesn't work weekends, so I just assumed since it's Friday that they weren't going to be doing anything, and then next week it's going to rain, and so everything was going to be delayed. But he said they are getting everything they possibly can done today. It sounds like they're going to have the trusses actually placed and possibly even like decking on and everything before the end of the day today. And then they're going to come back and work more tomorrow to get some things finished up. And he said that it may be Monday before they actually get like shingles, so the roof complete, but it will be in the dry, as he calls it, by the end of day tomorrow for sure. He said there will not be any more water that gets into the house at all. So, and that was really what motivated. He said that he had heard that everything was getting wet. I was having trouble with, rain intruding into the house, and he wanted to get it taken care of before we had any more rain. So thank God for that. This company, of course, we're just at the very beginning of this. I haven't seen like the quality of their work yet, so to speak, but from what I am seeing, they're knocking it out of the park, and this has been a fantastic experience so far. So thank God for that, because I needed a little bit of something to kind of lift my spirits with this whole situation, because it has been very stressful. It's been 5 weeks today since the tree fell on my house. So the fact that it's taken this long before I could get the roof off and a new one on has kind of had me dragged down a little bit. It's just been a lot to deal with, but things are finally moving now. The same company, they do framing and stuff too, so they're working on that. They have to do some framing around my front door and my coat closet because that kind of buckled. And then I showed them my kitchen. I'm making a little bit of a change to the kitchen. It's not going to be drastic because we're not doing new cabinets and all that kind of stuff. The kitchen wasn't really damaged other than the ceilings and I think a crack in the soffit. And then the cabinet above my stove, some water got in where it vents out from the vent hood and kind of collapsed the top of that cabinet, so that one cabinet has to be replaced. But the doorway going into my kitchen is going to be opened up. I told them I don't care necessarily exactly the width of the opening, but I want it to be at least 40 inches wide to make it easier to get appliances in and out of that kitchen. Because right now the doorway is only 30 inches wide, or just maybe 32 at most, but you cannot fit much of anything through there. Like the stove barely fits through it. I had to buy a counter depth refrigerator because a full size one won't fit. And even the opening right now from the doorway to the wall is only deep enough for a counter depth refrigerator. So a full size, like 34, 35 inch deep refrigerator won't fit in there because it hangs out into the doorway of the kitchen. So they are changing that. And so it's going to be more in the center of the kitchen to where you walk into the island. And then I will be able to put some more cabinets on the other wall that currently there is nothing there. I'm going to be able to put some more cabinets in. I'll be able to have a full depth refrigerator. I'll have a bigger opening to get into my kitchen. So they are going to work on that as well. I showed them that today. I don't know if they're going to work on that today, but at least it's in the process. So everything is booking it along right now. So I'm pretty darn thrilled, but I need to get back to work now, so I'll catch up with you guys this evening. Here meeting the roofing contractor because they went to set the trusses and they are 11 inches too big. So now we got to figure out what to do because it's obviously completely open now, and we're going to have rain coming in on Tuesday or Wednesday, and no idea what they're going to do about the top of the house. It's interesting to see the differences between the way homes were built in 1967 and now. because I had a rafter system before and now they're putting in trusses because they no longer do stick-built houses. But these trusses are very, very thin. I mean, they're just made out of 2x4s versus the rafters that were on before. There were fewer of them, but they were much thicker and sturdier. All right, Michael has my phone holder too, so I'm just gonna update you real quick before I take off. So fortunately, they were 11 inches too big, but they were 11 inches too long on the overhang where like your soffit and stuff is all underneath of it. So the solution is they're just going to cut them to the size that they need. And then Aaron, the guy he's my general contractor, but also works with the truss company, is gonna come and check it out tomorrow. But so fortunately, thank God, because I didn't need any more headaches. But fortunately, it was a solvable problem. So he estimates that they will have the roof on, complete and everything tomorrow. So good news all around. Starting to look like a house again. I need to go around the back and get a shot where you can actually see the roof. So I am currently working on a Christmas gift guide for holistic living, and I want to point out something that I found at TJ Maxx. This one right here, I have the same one in pink, and mine was $68 and this one's $60, so slightly less expensive, but the exact same thing. And then this one is Le Creuset, which is the fancy brand. So this one is $200 for the same size. And personally, I like the Crock-Pot brand just fine. Oh wait, this isn't Crock-Pot, this is Cuisinart. So I have the little saucepan version of this one. I have this one in white. I have lots of enameled cast iron on there, and I've been seeing more and more of it in the store here lately. So if you're in the market, come here and check it out. This is something else I'll have on the guide, 100% cotton towels. Now I will point out one other thing really quick while I'm here. So I found this one that's bamboo, but something that's important to know about bamboo is it takes a lot of chemicals to process. So even though bamboo itself is a natural material, when you find textiles that are made from bamboo, it is a semi-synthetic because of all of the heavy chemical use used in making it. So I will avoid these as well, and I will opt for the 100% cotton version of the towels. We had a couple of columns for right there. He said that they were rotten, so we needed to get new ones, so we just dropped some off, and they already have shingles and everything on, so they're definitely working quick. All right, I am back, and I have my microphone back because Michael's home from his trip. So I just wanted to hop on and kind of give you guys an update because I know this footage has been kind of all over the place and bouncing back and forth and just little short clips of things here and there. Today, especially, everything I've done has just been taken on my cell phone on the fly. And I don't like to do it that way. I would rather, have some time to actually kind of plan out my angles and my shots and be able to use my good camera. But I feel like construction is just taking over my life right now because I keep getting like texts and phone calls about stuff where I have to just up and go to meet with my contractor to discuss something or pick something up. Like just this afternoon, I was in the middle of downloading the footage from this morning into CapCut so I could edit whenever he called and let me know that the porch column, well, actually, he sent me a picture first of the header that he replaced, and I noticed that he had taken out the column. So I texted him and asked him if I was going to be able to reuse that. And then he called me and let me know that it was rotten. And he asked me if I wanted to do treated lumber or cedar. He had like 6x6 posts. And I said, absolutely not. It's something decorative and it's going to have something decorative go back in place. And he didn't have access to anything like that. So he said I could run to Lowe's and pick something up and bring it to him and they would get it in. So that is what I ended up doing. And especially the cedar, because I told him like whatever goes in, it's going to be painted white to match everything else. I'm not going to do just like a raw cedar. It just would look so out of place with my house. And that's one of the things where when you run into a contractor versus a designer, they don't think about things like that. They're only thinking about structural aspects of things, right? So anyway, that was why I had to up and run over to Lowe's and pick that up. And then while we were at Lowe's, my son's battery has been dying the last couple of days. And so while we were there, he went to start the truck for us to leave and go to my house, and the battery was completely toast, so we had to have somebody jump us. And so then we get to my house, and he just left his truck running while he unloaded the columns and took them up, and then we stopped by O'Reilly's, and he bought a new battery, and then he got that replaced. But yeah, it's definitely been pretty chaotic, and it is very difficult to plan any kind of aesthetically pleasing video in the middle of basically a shitstorm, which is what my life has been lately. So I apologize for the probably not pleasant to watch footage. But I just wanted to kind of update you guys as to what's going on and let you know why. So this evening, the one thing that we really have left planned for today, Michael and I both have been extraordinarily busy, him with work and me with this house stuff. And we just kind of wanted to take some time for ourselves because we haven't had that lately. It's been 5 weeks of just constant chaos for me, for sure. And then also, since yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of my very first ever YouTube video, which ironically enough was also taken with my cell phone. It was primarily cell phone footage. I did have my good camera at that point, but I hadn't really figured out how to use it yet. I had it for photography, but I had never done video on it. So there is definitely some learning curves to get to the point where I am now. But we're also celebrating that 1-year milestone because when I started YouTube, it was just primarily for me and my family. And I thought, we would be the only ones to ever watch it. I never expected anyone else to really ever see my videos, let alone enjoy them and subscribe to watch them. So this channel has been built very unexpectedly. And so I wanted to make sure that I say thank you to all of you who have subscribed and who are back here week after week, watching everything that I put out. I really appreciate you being here because honestly, this was never something I planned to happen. So I am very, very grateful that you're here. So thank you very much for being here with me. Tonight, it's a fancy dinner. It is our small town version of a 5-star restaurant. It is not a plant-based place. There probably are going to be very few options, if any, on the menu for plant-based. So this will be my one meal a week that is not plant-based. I will still try to keep it dairy-free as much as I possibly can. But I will definitely share with you guys kind of some interior shots of the place and let you see kind of the menu and the food and things like that and share that with you as well. So I am going to go take a little bit of downtime, edit some more footage, and then start getting ready for the evening. think this is the same spot we had last time we were here.
Yep.
Mocktail for me. Cocktail for you. Cheers. I got the pond and pasture. He got the tenderloin. And then the owner brought us one of the other mocktails that was on the list, one of the ones I didn't get. So this one is elderberry, rosemary, and orange, I think. And then this one was apple and hops and honey. So anyhow, bon appetit. Just in time because it's a little bit rainy this morning. It sprinkled some, so no more water inside my house. And you guys probably don't remember at all what this roof looked like before, but it was like a deep red shingle, kind of similar to the color of my little back storm door, a little bit lighter. It wasn't quite so purple, but it's all black now. So I am very happy about that. The next thing will probably be actually replacing those storm doors with the same white that I have on the front. Oh, we really have no ceilings in the house now. But looks so much better. Everything is back in order.
They already moved this?
Oh yeah, it looks like they opened up the wall. Gosh, they are on it, aren't they?
Is that how big you wanted it?
Yeah. I told him at least 40 inches wide, and I said I didn't really care exactly where it was as long as I had at least 36 inches that way for a full depth refrigerator and at least 20 inches this way for cabinets. So other than that, they could put it wherever they needed to that made structural sense. So looks good. And then, yeah, they did ask me about this vent, but I told them that I had already talked to Ricky and it was getting moved down here, so. Looks like we still need to get the rest of this ceiling out. And the bathroom, I'm sure, too. Yeah, such a narrow area. My light's hanging now. And then Logan's room. And my room, they do still have to come. They have this braced underneath for right now with some 2x4s, but they are going to come and remove the plywood and put new plywood in because whenever the tree hit, it hit this board and shoved it down into the subfloor and kind of splintered it underneath. But now we can also go ahead and get the rest of the plaster off of this wall and get the new window coming to go in. I have a steeper pitch to my roof now too, so this is the other sewer vent pipe that comes out from my half bath, and it doesn't even reach the peak, so they will also have to replace that one.
I got a roll mouth.
See, that's why I brought a mask and safety glasses.
I don't even know shit.
Uh-huh.
Are you replacing or are you gonna reuse it?
Nope. Put tile in it. So.
First one down.
That's fine.
Not lying, that's for sure.
I don't know where the hell to put this thing. Mount it to. See if it'll stay on this curtain. I just wanted to get the bulk of this stuff. Oh, well, there went the plastic. I figured that wouldn't last long.
Not lying.
Nope. Getting ready to take the soffit out, and then they're gonna have to come and reframe this because there's water damage. back to the house. I'm getting ready to follow, but we got the tub pulled, all of the drywall and plaster out, and they're gonna come and redo all the framing on this wall probably tomorrow. But I told them to do this and then anywhere around here where there's mold. So get rid of all of that and start over. And then he started ripping drywall off here, which this wall wasn't supposed to be done, but I guess it is what it is.